Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Holy Redeemer Lady Royals basketball. Chris Parker, the head coach, joining us right now, along with Rebecca Prociak, a senior. Well, Coach, Rebecca Prociak is tearing it up, scoring a whole lot of points, including her 1,000th career point. She's really had a tremendous year.
Yes, John. She's had an absolutely fabulous year for us this year. I mean, she's really stepped it up. She's worked extremely hard the last couple of years on her game. She's put in a lot of time in the summer, perfecting, free throws. And, she's always been a physical kid. She just had to kind of get her footwork, matched up with her physicality. And, she's done that. And she's been a dominant post player for us in the post this year.
Well, she threw in a whole bunch of points a couple weeks ago and perfect at that free throw line. I'm sure as a coach, you're more proud of looking at those free throws, huh?
I am, John. I'll tell you hit it right on the nose. Anytime you have your center shoot 16 for 16 from the line, that's pretty impressive. Like I said, Rebecca has put in a lot of work at the free throw line. She's taken it very serious. And, since she's been shooting free throws really well, it's kind of become contagious with the other players. And, our free throw percentages at the line after each game has been pretty high. So I've been very pleased with, how well we're shooting free throws, because obviously that's going to prove pivotal in the playoffs.
Coach, different personalities on and off the court. Talk a little bit about Rebecca's personality off the court versus how she is on the court.
Well, on the court, she's just a tough, physical kid who thrives off of contact, loves to bang, very coachable kid. She's just a coach's dream, does whatever I ask her to do. She's a kid who doesn't talk back, doesn't, sigh her breath, roll her eyes. She just always gives 150% effort. However, off the floor, she's a lot of fun to be around. She likes to joke around and crack jokes, and she's always smiling and goofing off with her teammates. So, that's the awesome side to see about Rebecca is how close she is with her teammates and her personality off the floor. But when we get on that floor, she's all business.
Coach, to come into the season this year, I mean, you had Lydia Lawson back, you had Megan Cordoni, you had Flanley, and girls like that. And I'm sure you figured, well, you know what, Rebecca's going to have to step up. But do you think she stepped up a little bit more in her role, whether it was scoring or just leadership overall?
I think she has stepped up her game and her leadership in every which fashion and form. I mean, she's done everything I've asked her to do. She's basically our new Alexis Lewis, where, she's that dominant player. We know we have to get the ball to her. Our entire offense goes through her. We're an inside-out team. It's important that we establish the post. And then if teams start to double team her, she's a very unselfish basketball player, which is now opening up a lot of open shots for our shooters that have been very successful as of late, knocking down the outside shot.
Let's welcome in senior Rebecca Prociak here on the John Mendola Show. Rebecca, first up for you, 1,000 career points. What does that mean for you? You really had a really nice senior year scoring the basketball.
Well, I was very happy. I know my parents were really proud of me. I didn't come into the year really expecting to hit it, but as the year went on, I just kept stepping up and, scoring points. So
let's talk about that free throw shooting of yours, including that 16 for 16 performance. Something I'm sure you work a lot in. You got the hoop in the backyard at the house, and I'm sure you put in a lot of time at the gym with Coach as well.
Yeah, I've been working on it for a while. It was always my weakness, for the past 4 years. So I just keep working. It's been going well.
Let's talk a little bit about that physicality out there on the court and how you play. And I'm sure some of that maybe came from your older brother, or you're getting to play with your younger brother. And of course, there's been so much talent on the Holy Redeemer team over the years as well. But talk a little bit about playing physical.
Well, I thrive off physicality. It's always been my favorite part of the game. So when we play physical teams, that's usually when I'm the most pumped up to play. And I just really thrive off it, and it always makes me tough.
How about this team that you're playing with right now? Obviously, graduating Alexis Lewis is great to see her do great things at Iona, but girls like Lydia Lawson and Megan and girls like that you've played with, and Sarah for years. Talk about your team this year on the court.
Well, obviously, when Alexis graduated, we all needed to step up and do our new role, and I think we've all done a pretty good job of that. Lydia's obviously been the best point guard in the league for the past 4 years, so it's really nice to be able to play with her. And Megan's such a great shooter. She's going to Bloomsburg next year, and so is Kayla. And the two young girls, Sam, Riza, and Talia Kazarowski, have been really stepping up. And Sarah finally has been really consistent playing defense for the whole year, so it's really been going well.
Rebecca, Coach mentioned a little bit about you having a good time with your teammates off the court and making jokes and stuff like that, but on the court, talk about being serious and making sure you're getting the most out of your team and trying to be a leader.
Yeah, I always try and motivate our girls. We always want to play together, and we always try and play unselfishly. And when someone's not doing good, we always try and lift them up and make sure that we're on the same page out there.
Rebecca, let's talk about your family. Very supportive. Your brothers at Kings, your younger brothers playing for Holy Redeemer basketball, your other brothers at over playing basketball as well. So it really a sports-oriented family.
Yeah, we've all played basketball. We all wear the same number, 44. So Michael is at Kings, so he obviously tries to get to as many of my games as he could, and he was there Monday, which was good. But my parents are definitely very supportive. My dad has helped me a lot for the past 4 years. So.
Well, Rebecca, let's talk about your future endeavors. What are some things you're thinking about doing as far as school choices? Do you have a handful of schools that you're looking at right now, and when do you think that decision's going to come up?
Well, I've narrowed it down to 5 schools: Kings, Cabrini, DeSales, Lycoming, and Ryder. I'm going to study accounting, and I'll probably decide towards the end of the year where I'm going. So.
Well, it sounds like all great choices you have there, Rebecca, to make, and then those are going to be good choices for you. As far as the rest of this year, the playoffs are here. They're ready to come up. You're going to face some stiff competition in AA right off the top. I mean, Holy Cross upset Dunmore, which is a slight upset. Those are two of the teams that everybody's looking at, but you're right there in that mix. Redeemer, Holy Cross, and Dunmore. What do you think it's going to take to beat a Holy Cross or a Dunmore team this year if you're able to meet up with them in the playoffs?
Well, we're definitely going to need to stop fouling and make sure that none of us are in foul trouble, because when our starters get into foul trouble, it usually doesn't end well for us. But we need to make sure that we play together. And so Holy Cross and Dunmore are both really tough teams, so we're going to need to play our best, whether it's either one.
Well, we wish you the very best through the playoff run, and congratulations on scoring 1,000 career points.
Thank you.
And Coach Parker, want to thank you for your time, and of course, the best of luck during this playoff run. It'll be interesting starting next week.
Thanks, John. We're looking forward to it.
Chris Parker, the head coach for the Holy Redeemer Lady Royals, and senior Rebecca Prociak here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.